Welcome back. We're watching the Pro Tour Kobe semifinals. I'm Randy Buehler. I'm here with Brian Kibler, and we're looking in on Game 3 between Jelger Wiegersma from the Netherlands and Gabriel Nassif from France. Two of the best, most well-respected European players in the game. Nassif, Brian, you said might be the best player in the game right now.
Nassif's results recently have been better than any other player. I mean, this is his third consecutive constructed top 8 finish.
And in between, he put up 9th at Worlds.
In between, he had a top 8 at Euros and a 9th place finish at Worlds.
Yeah.
I mean, he's certainly at least proved himself to be one of the best players in the game.
That's certainly fair. I looked at the math, by the way. If he wins this Pro Tour, he takes first place in the Player of the Year race. If he gets second, I think he's 1 point behind. Meanwhile, Chalice for 1 comes down as Nassif's turn to play. Jelger Wiegersma has gotten an Arcbound Ravager and an Ornithopter into play so far.
It's highly unlikely there's actually a 1-drop currently in Jelger's hand, but that definitely shuts down a lot of the cards he can draw, makes his deck a lot worse.
This is Zvi Malshewitz sitting in with us, also doing the commentary. And Mirror Enforcer comes down for Jelger, so pretty good start from Jelger.
Not bad, not bad.
This is not the matchup Nassif wanted. He did manage to beat Affinity in the quarterfinals. It was a rough 5 games, and he needed to catch a couple breaks, but he took out Ben Stark. Now, Wiegersma has the last Affinity deck in the field, so if Gabriel can get by this, I really like his chances in the finals.
Oh, absolutely. It's actually interesting. I was just thinking, you know, what Nassif could have, you know, against the assault he's currently facing. It's kind of funny that his own Chalice shuts down his Oxidizes. I mean, he can Viridian Shaman through this, and I mean he can play Tel'Gelad Chosens to block, but he actually shuts down a good portion of his own deck with that Chalice. At this point.
He shuts down a lot more of Jelger's deck than he shuts down his own.
Apparently the commentary is too loud by our players. So.
Yeah, we'd like to ask those of you on the catwalk or doing the spotting to turn down the volume a little bit to make sure the players can't hear our commentary.
I mean, I know Jelger wants to hear me, but, you know,
I don't think
everyone
Jelger needs
does,
any
right?
advice from us.
Note that Jelger, just like Stark before him, held his Ornithopter back, waiting for turn 2. I wonder if he was... I doubt he was trying to provoke a Chalice for 0 because this version does not run Welding Jar. So it seems highly unlikely that Nassif would ever gamble on that.
Yep.
But it definitely would have hurt him if he couldn't have cast his Enforcer on time.
There is Chalice for 0. So 2 Chalices and an Oblivion Stone from Gabriel Nassif. Interesting. Do you like Chalice for 0 before the stone?
I don't like Chalice for 0 at all against that version. I mean, it literally shuts down 2 more Ornithopters.
And I don't see why he should be scared of Ornithopter right now, especially considering he has to plan to use Oblivion Stone relatively soon.
Yeah.
Which is going to blow up the Chalice. Why not hold the Chalice for later?
That's what I was wondering. All right, well, Wiegersma sends Mirror Enforcer and Arcbound Ravager into the red zone. He feeds his Ornithopter to the Ravager, so he's smashing for 6.
Perhaps he did a bunch of math and he realized that, considering what Jelger can have left in his hand, given that he doesn't have 1-drops, and unless he drew them off the top, can't play them, and the amount of damage that his artifacts can do, that if he draws an Ornithopter, it's actually very significant that he can't play it and feed it to the Ravager at this point.
Yep.
20 to 12 now. Wiegersma chose to sacrifice a land to the Ravager as well. Is it possible for Nassif to activate the disc this turn? It's not,
No.
right?
Yep.
No.
No, Cloud Post doesn't help. So he's
he
got
kill
4
this
mana.
turn?
He's going to get to keep one of his Chalices, but because he survived this turn, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Nassif's at 12, so looks like he'll survive this turn.
Jelger has no Shrapnel Blast either, which is very significant.
This entire game seems like it's likely coming down to this draw phase. If he gets a land,
I mean, if
He could easily have a land in land.
He's got a good
Land in
chance.
hand.
I mean,
All right.
he can even play Cloud Post to activate as well.
Nassif has his 5th land, so Oblivion Stone is online. He's going to be able to blow up Mirror Enforcer and Arcbound Ravager just in time. He's also going to keep Chalice for 1, so Disciple of the Vault is the easy way for Wiegersma to deal those last 5 points of damage, but not an option. And Gabriel goes ahead and blows the disc main phase.
I don't understand that Chalice for 0. I mean, I guess actually, if he did
I
have
think he figures
Ornithopter, he should have actually died.
The one way Nassif loses.
That is reasonable.
Oh, wow. Wiegersma just says go. Gabriel Nassif up to 6 lands.
Another Oblivion Stone.
He's got another stone, and Wiegersma does not appear to have any action. Go.
Passes the turn back.
No blue mana. That might be part of the problem.
That Chalice is brutal.
Yeah, and Chalice for 1 is obviously very good here. Viridian Shaman. Smash.
That all but locks up the game at this point.
Yeah, this.
So Nassif in
decided
12
it
post
was
is going to
this,
take a 2-1 lead. That's what you're telling me.
It looks
this
that
deck
way.
can't beat Affinity. Can't beat Affinity. No way. Don't play it. It can't beat Affinity.
A lot of Magic players are very hesitant to admit when they're wrong. If a deck beats another deck, they will keep going and they'll play 10 games, they'll play 20 games, and they'll be like, "Well, I got some mana problems. It's okay," or "I didn't get the right draw." But if he wins this one, then I think we've got to take another look, and maybe it's not as hard for him as we thought.
He's got active Oblivion Stone. His opponent has 1 mana. His opponent did manage to terror the Shaman before his black artifact lane left play, but not a lot of action for the Dutchman.
Not liking Jelger's chances here.
He's almost just got to sit there and wait for the other shoe to drop at this point.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty much just sitting in and waiting for the hammer to fall.
He has 1 land, the Chalice for 1. When he had 2 lands, he couldn't even do anything with them. He has them again. He can't cast a spell.
When did gum become popular in the top 8? These guys are both chomping away.
Well, Nassif was handing out some sort of strawberry Japanese gum.
Strawberry Japanese gum? Ugh. Wow. Wiegersma had Glimmer Void, but Nassif had a Shaman ready to smash the last artifact land. Good grief. Oh, the carnage.
Just
Shaman nails the land.
He drew a Citadel, so he has a
land.
permanent.
I was going to say pick up your cards, but he didn't have any.
And there's Platinum Angel. 2 Shamans come in for 4 damage. The Platinum Angel. Yeah. Wiegersma is discarding.
1 Platinum Angel
going
just
through the
isn't enough.
motions. Scoop. There it is. Gabriel Nassif
2-1
wins game
lead.
number 3. Takes a 2-1 lead. Wow.
Working my way through. Yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more coverage of the semifinals.
I beat Kuroda, which was pretty
Welcome back.
Okay.
Gabriel Nassif somehow is bucking the odds again. He's got a 2-1 lead in this matchup. He's playing 12 post against the Affinity deck that is supposed to be too fast for him, but
No,
don't tell that to Gabe.
Gets to
Gabe's got a 2-1 lead, and now we're off in game 4. He's playing Jelger Wiegersma from the Netherlands. He's got a pretty good, pretty well-tuned, pretty fast Affinity deck. And he's got Ether Vial on turn 1. It's one of the tech cards that the Dutch and the YMG crowd put together. Ether Vial allows them to sort of speed up their draw, get stuff into play faster, and hypothetically, you can even use it to beat Chalice of the Void.
Ether Vial is really important in this matchup, particularly after sideboarding. The ability to beat Chalice of the Void is really important.
Yeah, Nassif clearly valued Chalice for 1 highly in the last round. He wanted to keep Disciple of the Vault off of the table, and you know, he even threw Oblivion Stone. That was the permanent that he saved with the Fate counter. Titania's chosen out of the sideboard for Nassif. That'll hold
Titania's
off.
chosen.
Sorry.
Argothian Pixies, maybe. But
Argothian something.
tells you lad chosen.
Sorry. They always change the names after I see the cards. It's holding, whatever it is, it's holding off Arcbound Ravager.
my turn.
Another Vial, a Worker, a Frogmite, and a Mirror Enforcer.
Here's my hand.
Hello. The explosive affinity start that everybody talks about.
This is this is the draw.
Kai Bude looking on from the stands. Rest of the crowd watching. Oh, there's Eugenius Sanchez Mata. He almost made this top 8. He was playing for it in the last round.
With blood sense in his sideboard.
With a mono green deck. It was great. Mono green beats. Troll Ascetics and Fangren Firstborns. And... All right. So if you're Gabriel Nassif, what do you smash here? He just played Viridian Shaman.
I think you have to smash the... It's either Ravager or Enforcer, and I think it's Enforcer. Because, I mean, putting the second counter on his Vial telegraphs that he has a second Ravager. So, I mean, and he would have just played a second Enforcer. I mean, it's unclear whether, I mean, he really needs to get rid of. I mean, he can hold off one large creature with his chosen if he wants to, and it seems like the Enforcer.
Those are the choices.
Getting rid of that is more important.
From the left,
immediately.
that's Ether Vial, Arcbound Ravager, Arcbound Worker, Frogmite, and Mirror Enforcer. And Nassif's lone Viridian Shaman gets to smash one of them. So which one would you pick?
I mean, it certainly depends on the rest of your hand.
All right.
But I'd probably kill the Enforcer. I mean, then again, I got 51st in this tournament, not the top 8. So it doesn't necessarily mean that's the correct play. Looks like he's about to point at something I didn't say. So.
Ravagers are always scary.
Ravager's always scary. I mean,
Ravager.
yeah.
Goes for the Ravager.
It's certainly one of those two, and
All right. Do you think Jelger should? Is he going to eat stuff and get more counters to spread around, or?
he should probably eat at least the one ether vial.
How many cards? 5, I see. 5.
I mean, he could eat the one ether vial and put counters on the either the frogmite or the worker. Probably the worker, because that gives him a 3 toughness guy that he could, if it dies, he can move the counters again. Or he can eat the
All
worker.
right. So he eats the worker to put a counter on Mirror Enforcer and a counter on Arcbound Ravager. He eats the ether vial for 0, putting a 3rd counter on the Arcbound Ravager.
And then puts those in the frogmite.
Then all 3 counters go on the
Yep.
Frogmite. So
That
he's
makes
got a
sense, too.
pair of 5/5s. Yeah, seems good.
That seems good.
2 different 5/5 monsters ready to smash, and into the red zone they go. Nassif's got the Chosen and the Viridian Shaman, so getting to 5 toughness seems really nice. It looks like that's a good solid play from Jelger Wiegersma.
Yeah.
I think he solved the puzzle. Now, what does Nassif do? Does he just block 1, take 5?
I mean, if he has another creature in his hand, then he just blocks 1, takes 5. I mean, it's possible that he wants to prevent 5
No,
damage.
he's going to
here.
double block, so he trades the Shaman in for 5 life. Still at 20, actually. The Chosen has gotten the job done
Yeah,
in terms of holding off the early
Chosen's
beats.
been really good here.
All right, now what? So Wiegersma had nothing else on his turn, right?
No,
He just smashed with his 2 5/5s and said go. He did play a land, but no more spells.
That's actually one thing that I don't like about Wiegersma's deck is how much land is in it.
How many?
He actually has 19 land in his affinity deck.
How many did you run?
I had 17, and Ben Stark had 16. Many other decks had between 16 and 18.
Wow.
I mean, 4 of his lands are Blinkmoth Nexuses, and his deck
okay.
does minimize colored spells.
Stark didn't have Blinkmoth?
Stark did not have Blinkmoth Nexus.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like the sort of draws that you can get where you just run out of threats are really one of the problems that Affinity can have. I mean, there's so many of the cards are enablers that sometimes you just don't have that many more threats.
Oh,
Ooh.
boy.
Go.
Chosen number 2. A pair of Argothian Pixies in play. 2/1 pro artifact.
And just passes
Wiegersma
back.
just goes land go.
This is not how
That's-
Jelger needs this match to go.
I can't believe Gabriel
This
Nassif is going to go to the
amazing.
finals. Such a good player.
Nassif he's certainly shown himself to be definitely one of the top players in the game. I feel like I'm in Rain Man. Definitely one of the top players in the game. Definitely.
All right, he plays his Stalking Stones and Reap and
Reaping
Sow.
Sows for another Cloud Post.
Time to get the Cloud Post engine running.
Tooth and Nail is going to be online very shortly.
Yeah, so Cloud Post comes into play tapped. Reap and Sow actually normally puts the lands. It's any land. I talked to Gabriel, and he's the one who built this deck. There were 7 players who ran his version of this deck, mostly French, plus Bernardo da Costa Cabral, who's Belgian, but French-speaking. And
Jeffrey Saron, also from Belgium.
right. So a lot of the sort of French-speaking players ran this deck, and Gabriel said the key moment was when they just reread Reap and Sow.
And realized to put it into
It was
play.
and
not
any
on
land.
Any land.
They didn't realize they thought it was that basic land. They
Most
thought it was
people-
rampant growth, but it's not.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
any land.
When I first was testing the same sort of deck and it cast Reap and Sow and put it directly into play.
Yeah.
People were like, and put it Cloud Post into play. They're like, that can get Cloud Post?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why 12 Post has been proposed as the
Yep.
nickname, the name of the deck. Like, nothing could be going better for Nassif here,
I
right?
mean, he can entwine
Wiegersma's
Reap and Sow
just
this turn.
playing
He
land
he
and
can
saying
entwine,
go.
Yeah, he can entwine Tooth and Nail this turn.
He
This,
could-
if he has
this
Tooth
is
and
exactly
Nail,
what the deck is supposed to do.
Absolutely. Stop them, slow them down, and then explode.
So you got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana.
Nine is the magic number. Not 3 like
2 mana
Oop.
for Chalice.
Chalice for 1.
Chalice for 1. No Disciples for you.
Yeah. And no electrostatic bolt. That means
Oh, yeah,
Platinum
good
Angel
point.
can't die.
15.
Oh, wow. That's giant.
20.
How
Yeah.
much artifact remover does Wiegersma have?
He has no actual artifact removal. That's one of the things. Jelger's deck is very, very poorly set up for this particular matchup.
All right. Now what's going on?
And 20.
Oblivion Stone, Tooth and Nail with the Entwine. There it is. Tooth and Nail with the Entwine. Search your library for 2 creatures. Put 2 creatures from your hand into play. He's got Darksteel Colossus. He's got Platinum Angel. He can get Lean and Abunas. That should do it, right?
I believe so.
Does Wiegersma have any outs?
He has one Furnace Dragon in his sideboard.
Oh my God, you're kidding!
Oh no.
You're kidding!
He has one Furnace Dragon in his sideboard. That's his out.
I didn't realize that. That's hilarious. It takes a lot of mana for Gabriel to Chalice for 9, doesn't it?
It does.
Is it 9?
It's
9,
9.
right?
It would cost 18 to Chalice for 9.
His
He
deck's
could do it,
capable
though.
of
I mean,
he
he could do it. It
He could.
actually
That's-
wouldn't be that difficult.
Of course, well, he'll still have the
Oh,
fire.
he's just getting 2 Viridian Shamans.
Wow. That's interesting. So he's going to smash the creatures and start serving with Chosen?
Apparently.
Yep.
That's an interesting choice. Gabriel Nassif.
I mean, if
could have gotten anything. Could have gotten Darksteel Colossus. Could have gotten Platinum Angel. But
if he's playing around the Furnace
The Furnace
Dragon,
Dragon?
I mean, that seems like it certainly must be the
yeah,
the
he
correct
got
play.
the things he got are not artifacts. Yeah, he could. Darksteel Colossus and Platinum Angel can both get removed from the game. That's no fun. Another fine play from the French.
I mean, and if he has another Tooth and Nail, he can get 2 more Shamans and just start destroying everything.
So Wiegersma plays Frogmite. He's got a blocker.
Not altogether exciting.
Wants to trade with one of the Viridian Shamans, I think.
Is this another Shaman? No.
That's another Tooth and Nail. Wow.
This is 2 more Shamans. That's what I'm going to guess. Kill both your non-land permanents.
Does he take the Ether Vial? Or does he start going after Great Furnaces?
I think he takes either vial. I mean, at this point, he'll have so many creatures in play. Oh, no. He
Platinum
got,
Angel and Abunas.
Is that Abuna? Yeah.
And 4 2-power green monsters into the red zone. Frog might trade with Viridian Shaman, just we like. And Wiegersma drops to 14? Or 10?
10.
10, drops to 10.
He's dead next turn. If it's not,
Is it Furnace Dragon? No! Gabriel Nassif
Nassif.
through to the finals.
once again,
3-1 victory over Jelger Wiegersma. We'll be right back to find out who is going to take on Nassif in the finals, so stay tuned.